As I left my house, I listened to the sounds of life all around me. The construction on the house next door, the rumble of passing cars, the footfalls of people arriving home after a busy day. While my neighborhood is not noisy, it's also not quiet. As I walked, I began to think of the quietest places I've been. As a stage manager, I often arrive early to the theater and get to experience the stillness of an empty stage. There is a calm to an empty theater, an expectant air of possibility. Just recently, I reflected on the importance of silence in theater, how silence can build tension. To the neighborhood birds, I noticed they fell silent as I approached, unsure if I was danger or just passing by. I began to think of the different kinds of silence, like the silence that follows the receipt of devastating news when there are simply no words, or the silence after a performance before the illusion is shattered by applause, or the silence leading up to a first kiss, expected and electric. The absence of noise can be more powerful than the presence of it. As I continued to walk, I became more and more aware of the little noises I was causing. The shoes I thought were quiet still padded along the sidewalk. Even my breathing as I ran across the street disturbed the stillness. As I moved away from the main street, I was not able to escape the sounds of the city, but they became muffled, distant. Sounds of nature drowned out the sounds of humanity. Birds warbled overhead in the rustling leaves. Arriving in the park, I discovered someone had installed a tree swing. I thought this would be an excellent place to contemplate my quiet place. As I swung back and forth, a few cars drove by and the occasional runner. Even their sounds seemed muffled and distant, as if they did not want to disturb the peaceful park. Then I noticed I was still creating noise. My swinging was causing the tree branch to creak and groan above me. Across the grass was another tree that clearly had been used for climbing and had a perfect spot to sit and reflect. Sitting in that tree, I became aware of all the elements that made up the soundtrack of the neighborhood. Between dog barks, planes flying overhead, and cars driving by were moments of still silence. Sitting in that tree, I remembered a phrase from another Quietest Place video by Lauren Fairweather. She said, "We are noise machines, unaware of most of the sounds we create. Our words are how we shape meaning from noise we surround ourselves with." Noise is easy. Silence is hard because it forces us to listen. But when we listen, we notice so much more. We are noise machines. There is power in our noise, and also in our silence.